Hello, 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 everybody. How's it going? Everybody. Okay, I don't have one. Okay, I'm trying to make sure I get some light. You have to excuse the little rings on my glasses because I didn't fix them like I'm not supposed to. I'm supposed to have a guest tonight. I don't know if they're gonna show or not. I think we may have had miscommunication again. Hold on a second. Uh, give me a second. Give me a second. I should have cleaned my glasses before I got on here, but it's okay. It's all good. So welcome and welcome. Happy Thursday. What is it? Throwback Thursday. Take it back Thursday, whatever they want to call it. Let me make sure I put this in here. Show. Yes, I'm supposed to have a guest tonight. Who's someone who's stepping into entrepreneurship. Has become a good friend of mine. She has some things going on, so that may be why she is not on tonight. Maybe she'll come on a little bit later. But in the meantime, I thought I'd still come on because I want to try to be consistent. This is Trina's Favorite People Month, celebrating my birthday all month long. Didn't celebrate last week. Got a lot going on, so didn't celebrate. So I'm gonna kick off tomorrow. I'm gonna kick off my birthday tomorrow. But it's also the anniversary that I celebrate Chat with Trina as well. So where I try to make changes and add stuff. I still don't really have what I want to do to make the changes yet. So we'll see. I will say, in all true transparency, it's I'm gonna see what that noise is. It's really fun. The chat show is really fun. I definitely enjoy doing the chat show when I have my co-host. That's so much fun. It's fun to have someone else there, especially if you end up talking by yourself. Yeah, I don't really have anything to add this year. It's become a little difficult getting guests. That's a tough one. It's a tough one because people are shy. They're not sure, and then you also have a side that they don't realize that podcast and talk show that is really no competition because we all have our own little niche and our own little thing that we do. So it's okay to be on someone else's show because even though you're friends with someone that has a show, it's okay to be on all shows. Even if we don't do each other, me and that person or that whoever they may be, it's still okay to be on their show and my show. It's totally fine. I do like collaboration. It's something that I do. I have to do that at work. I love, again, with my co-host that I have speak on it on Mondays. I love that. It's so much fun. It's so much fun to have someone to bounce stuff off back and forth, to agree to disagree on stuff, and then to hear to hear someone else's thoughts about what you think. We had a real interesting conversation this past Monday about and we didn't even have a topic, which is also cool. Sometimes when we don't have a topic, we end up with a really good topic. And our topic ended up being about like when someone gets the calling to preach and they're already married to someone, been married to them forever, and they're doing their thing, then all of a sudden, he gets the calling to preach. What happens? How does the woman feel? And it became a whole bunch of different things. But it was really good. It was good to hear his insight, my insight, and then some of the guests that participated in the chat. It was good to hear them. So every Monday night at 8:00, it's kind of late, but it ain't kind of late. It gives you time to come home, get yourself together, eat your food, cook, whatever it is you have to do after work. I don't handle people in my house. I don't do none of that. But 8:00, and you can come on at 8:00. And tune in and join in the conversation. We have some really good stuff that we talk about. We have guests sometimes. Matter of fact, Monday we have a guest. We actually have a politician, someone who's running for office. I don't have her information with me right now, but she's running for office. We have her Monday. And then the next Monday, I have a friend, Tyrone Evans, who I met through my mom. And then I met again when I started to join the dance community in Houston. He has been called to preach. And he's going to have his first sermon at the end of the month. So excited for him, but he's going to come on and talk about that, how he got to that point, and how he feels about his upcoming first sermon. He's going to invite you all out to come and hear him. So that's going to be, I'm excited to continue to support him. Tyrone and I are going to, oh, we go way back. He wrote a book many years ago, and I went to his book signing. We've just supported each other for so many years. Let's see what else I want to. Oh, so good news. Okay, again, this is August, the beginning of birthday month for Trina, all month long. On August the 27th, which is a Sunday. Let me back up. Tomorrow night, since I'm kicking off tomorrow, I'm going to be at Martinis and More, which is right off of 45 Sawdust over in that area. So if y'all want to hear some great live music by an awesome band, the Clockwork Band, that's who I'm going to see. They're going to be there. The show starts at 9, and again, it's at Martinis and More. So if you're out and about, come on by. I mean, while you're there, you can buy me a drink. I like chocolate martinis from Martinis and More. They have the best chocolate martinis. So that's that. So, and then Saturday, I'm gonna work at Chicago Bar and Grill, and then but the big thing is Sunday, August 27th, is my actual birthday. I'm gonna go to church that morning, so I'm gonna invite people to come to church with me. Then that afternoon, we'll probably do some dinner or some lunch or something. And then we're going to end where I'll be celebrating my birthday at Chicago Bar and Grill that evening. The doors do open at 5. We ain't going to be there till 8. So come here at 8 and get your good seat. I am not having a party. Like I'm not having a party, but I would love for y'all to come out and party with me. And when I say I'm not having a party, meaning I'm not reserving some big old spot. I have found that when I rent out these big spots, there's not enough people to fill up in big spots, or people just don't want to sit over in the section that you got. So what's the use of me paying the money for that spot? And so let me tell. Hold on, that's Mo. Yes. So it looks like my guest may be on. See, God is good. So anyway, so that's Sunday, August 27th. Come out. I would love for you. And it's my actual birthday that night. I'll be 54 years old, young, wise, all that. So I would love to see you guys come out and celebrate with me. Again, it's not some big giant party, but it is a party. So come out and celebrate with me. Just FYI, your girl like gift cards. So when I'm broke, I always got a gift card to go out to eat. So, but yeah, I love gift cards. I love food. So gift cards, food, you got me covered. And you can definitely drop a few dollars on me that night during the birthday time. I would appreciate that. But yeah, so August 27th, Chicago Bar and Grill. I will be there celebrating, having a very good time. And I do realize that Monday is back to school for some schools. Well, HISD schools, to be honest with you, because a lot of Aldine started this week. A lot of schools already started, so it may not be a big deal. But yes, but it'll be first day of school at HISD where I work. And so yeah, come on out. We're going to get started early, 8 o'clock. And I think they do the birthday parties, the birthday dance, whatever they call it, at like 11. So as soon as that comes, then we can roll out so we can go to work the next day. It is let me take that back. It is free before 8. Free before 8. Before 8, not 8, but before 8 is free. After 8, it is $10 to get in. Okay, so that's on you, because I'm telling you. Great food is there. They have a great menu and good drinks. So come on out, celebrate with your girl. Now, I'm going to say something that I really want, and I'm going to send them some personal invitations. Some of my live musicians, some of my DJs that I promote, support, pass around a birthday party. If I have ever posted your birthday party, your event, your radio station, whatever, I am really asking you to be nice and consider coming through. You don't have to stay long, just come through. Wish me a happy birthday, show some love, and that would really make my day. That would make my birthday, to see some musicians, some band members come out and say, "Hey, happy birthday, Trina, give me a hug." You don't even have to pin no dollar on me. If you just come, show your face. I ain't talking about everybody else. I'm talking about band members, the DJs. Come out, give me a hug. That's all I need. So I can see your face, your little beady eyes. I would love to see it. That would really make my birthday. If some of y'all would come out and show up and show out. That would really do something to my heart if y'all come out. Let's see what else. I started a new job. God is so good. Started a new job. Um, I was getting ready to retire next year. It's going to be August 2024. My plan is to retire. But then this position came up because I want to retire because it's like they don't want to pay people. They want people to come to work, act crazy with them, not be nice, want you to be a robot for just a little bit of pay. And I went out and got these 2 degrees, and y'all don't want to pay me no money. So I could really just shut it down, is what I was thinking. I just was like, forget it. But it happened. I on my vision board this year, I have a check written. My daughter, I got this from my daughter, but I wrote a check to myself for this amount of money. And guess what? I got a new job, and what's on that check is my salary. Yes, yes, yes. It can work. It can happen. But I'm so excited about this. It's a new program in HISD called DIAD. And DIAD is not an acronym. DIAD means 2 things. Don't really know why they jump out of that, but it's okay. But that it's an awesome program. It is a program that's going to be, it's an enrichment program. So there will be enrichment activities for the students in those. I don't have the link. I still did. I send it to the wrong? I'm sorry, guys. Bear with me. Our guest is saying she didn't get the email. Let's see what's happening. I'm sorry. Bear with me because I wanted to tell you about this program. Da-da-da-da. Come on now. That's weird. Okay. I don't know. Who sent? Guys, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. So rude of me, right? Let me send this to her. Copy link. Okay. So it's a DIAD program, and it provides enrichment for students in all those NES schools. The NES, which means New Education System, New Education System, yeah, New Education System, and then the NESA means New Education System aligned schools, and those schools that are aligned are schools that volunteered to start the program early. And what it is with DIAD, what we're doing is we are going to provide DIAD consultants to come out. I'm a DIAD coordinator, and I'll be hiring DIAD consultants, which are really teachers or educators who will come out and they're going to go out to those schools and teach enrichment courses, such as let me say, yeah. Teach enrichment courses such as what is it? Spin, yoga, karate, boxing. What else? Some people came through dancing. If you teach line dancing, like dancing, anything that's going to make things fun for the students, because their curriculum is going to be really rigorous. It's going to be really rigorous, really focused, and this is going to be their time to break loose during the classes. It is not replacing elective classes. It is not doing that. That was not true. It is not replacing elective classes. This will be an addition to whatever elective they have. What else is it going to be? Cook. Some people are going to do healthy snacks, nutrition. So if you have any type of skill or passion, hobby that you do, and you may want to teach it to students, and it's from 3rd grade through 8th grade, and you can kind of choose your schedule. You can choose what age group you want to do. And we also have some after school opportunities. So if you get off before 3 o'clock and you want to do it from 3 to 5, let us know. There's paperwork that you have to fill out to become a DIAD, but you do not have to have a degree, because you're not a teacher. You're teaching a enrichment course. What else? It pays $30 an hour. Pays $30 an hour, and you can work up to 25 hours, and you can do all in one school, one during the week, or if you want to teach it more than one school, you can do that. So yeah, and it's such a great opportunity for the students. These enrichment courses he put there in order to provide these things to those kids who otherwise wouldn't get it, and they wouldn't get it free. He has purchased keyboards, pianos for all those schools, laptops, spin bikes. We're gonna get yoga mats. The software for media to where they can make movie making. What else? What else? What else? Movie making, spin bikes, the keyboards, cameras. So if you teach photography, he bought cameras for those schools to where those kids can learn how to do photography. We're going to have gardening. So if you know how to garden and build a garden or either replenish a garden, contact me and let's see if we can get you up there. So let me go ahead and let Monique in, and then I don't want to just keep her on hold. Hey, give me 1 second. I don't want to keep you on hold. So let me know. My email address is lowrytrina@gmail.com, LOWERY Trina@gmail.com. And then tomorrow from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., you can come up to the Hattie Mae White building, which is located at 4400 West 18th Street. And then we're there to help you step by step, do all the forms, get all the forms in, and you do have to get your fingerprints at your cost, which is $40. And you can do all of that day while you're there. And then we'll also be there on Saturday from 9 until noon. So come there, you can get all that stuff done, have someone to help you get it done. We take it up to get approved, and then we just wait on the answer to see if you're approved for the position. So keep that in mind. It's an awesome opportunity for these kids in these areas to where they what am I trying to say? They otherwise would have these fun courses. Hey, Mo.
Hi, Tree. How are you?
Good. I said, well, I'm gonna just come on. I said, my guest's supposed to be here. I said, she's my friend, and I know I said, I know what we got our wires crossed tonight. So thank you for coming on.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you for the opportunity.
Of course. So the title for today is, well, first of all, this is Trina's Favorite People Month, and you are my you're my second favorite person for the month.
I'm flattered.
Yay. And so you're not a singer, but if you ever were a singer, they have to come on and have to sing happy birthday to me today. But it's okay.
Happy birthday! In my best karaoke voice ever.
There you go. We gotta go do us some karaoke one night. Go to Spotlight, the real karaoke place. I like going there. So tonight's topic is going to be stepping into entrepreneurship. And so guys, this is Monique. And what is it? Tell us the last name, Tolbert?
Yes.
Tolbert, and she goes by Mo, or Lady Mo. Yeah. And I met her while we were working at a venue, and she was one of the managers, and we just kind of clicked. And I totally respect her. She's been really cool with me, and vice versa.
Same here.
Lifelong friends. Look, we ain't made it out yet, but we gonna go have us some good time. Eventually.
I know it's the timing. That is your schedule. It was my schedule, but we gonna make time.
My schedule is changing up in this month for my birthday, so
Okay.
Yes. So Mo, tell us a little bit about yourself. Where you from?
Well, I'm from New Orleans, Louisiana. I came to Houston 2 years ago, maybe 2.5 at the most, just to seek a lot of different opportunities Houston had to offer.
Okay. Do you have family here?
I have maybe less than a handful. Immediate relatives, cousins, first cousins, I call immediate, basically.
Got it. So there are some people that I know that live in New Orleans. What high school did you go to?
Oh my gosh, I'm such a Trojan. I went to John McDonald Senior High. That's where I graduated from. Yes, I'm a Trojan. A lot of people know, if they know them Trojans, they know John McDonald 5 was one of the best, kind of in a rural area, but one of the best high schools to me.
Okay. And you graduated from University of
Southern University at New Orleans. I undergrad in criminal justice and forensic science, and my master's is in criminal justice.
Okay. Do you have you decided that you just don't like that field? Is that not why you did pursue criminal justice after school?
Well, what you say? I'm sorry.
After you finished, why didn't you pursue a career in criminal justice? Is it something you're still planning to do, or you didn't like it?
Well, I actually, life expectant changes happen to people to where, goals can change and alter at the drop of a dime.
Definitely.
So instead, I'm looking more into entrepreneurship. So one of the reasons why I started my business.
Gotcha. And that does definitely, that my daddy's degree was in criminal justice, and he ended
Love.
up being a buyer for a actually the city of Houston and then other places. So yes, and I have a friend, her husband was an engineer. He ended up being a
Wow.
firefighter.
Yeah, because see,
So
the degrees take you in different lane, like different career paths or
yeah.
whatnot. I also graduated with honors, so I was
Ooh,
blessed with that. A lot of people were shocked because I'm just Mo.
right.
Fun Mo, the fun Mo you see. You would never think a girl like me would be like, what? I can tell you some
Exactly.
stuff you'll be surprised
Exactly.
about.
Exactly. And that's
Yeah.
probably why I gravitate. I like smart people. And it's probably why,
You gotta stay smart, secretive
smart people.
sometimes because some people could get intimidated of your smartness.
Yeah. Well, I don't think I am smart. And people still, that's what some men be like, you just look like you got it all together. Child, if you only knew, I do not have it all together.
They say looks can be deceiving, very deceiving.
Even child, come on over here and help me out. Um, so I was going to ask you. So entrepreneurship, tell us about. I know one of the things that you want to start doing is the you're going to have the hookah business. Talk
Yes.
about why do you want to do that, or is that
I
something?
actually started from, well, the name of my business is called Empress Aura Events. And I kind of specialize in more the party aspect, going out. I do balloons if, someone needs it. I even decorate for parties. I never listed on my business cards, but it's as needed type of thing because as I mentioned, I'm just getting my feet wet in Houston and trying to do a few other things.
Okay.
Also, I have the hookah business as well. I do mobile hookahing so that, people call and order hookahs and I'm there, any party event. And I also do my photo shoots. I do a lot of photography. I mean, I don't know if you ever seen the pictures for Chicago Bar and Grill. I did a lot of the pictures for the
Okay.
car shows,
Yeah.
Rudy
I did
Party,
see those
and a
pictures.
few
Yeah.
other things. Yes, I did most of the pictures, majority of the pictures.
Okay.
Also, I do catering. I do food catering.
Oh.
Yes, so I have, as requests, I have a list of a menu of
Okay.
certain things that I cater, specialized, quick stuff, and that's about it.
Okay.
It's a little things, a few things under my belt. I just try to run with the kinks, get everything together. What I
Yeah.
gotta do.
Okay. So have you haven't like built a website or your social media yet? You're still getting working
Well,
on that?
I did my social media, but I'm like more of a raw person. I don't want to take somebody else's work and post on just to say I have work on there. So I'm freelancing right now to taking photos and doing discount photos and asking my clients or my customers could I use some of the stuff that I use when they purchase it to post on my page. So I have a few things already on there, but it's not open as of yet right now.
Okay. Hold on, I'm sorry. I'm answering somebody that I guess they don't have fidelity. On there, yeah. Sorry. So yeah, someone asked a question in the chat and I was answering them. I'm sorry.
Okay.
So what was I gonna say? Tell me, so what is your favorite thing out of all those things you named? What is the thing that you're most passionate about?
I'm more passionate about the food catering because, of course, I'm a Southern New Orleans girl and I love cooking. I love experimenting with different recipes. You know how sometimes you get the craving. You look at all these different recipes online. Instagram is one of my favorite inspired places to come up with ideas of different types of recipe.
Okay.
But I come up with different recipes all the time, and I bake too. I just recently, I do a lot of ooey gooeys. I know that's something that's not big in Houston. It's a New Orleans thing. I believe it, or I can't tell you why. It didn't originate in New Orleans, but it's like a butter cake, like a butter cream cake, like almost like it's gooey, but it's baked. I would have to get you something to try it. Every time I try to bring something,
but I might would try it.
yeah, you might. It's a little sweet. If you have a sweet tooth, it's a lot sweet. I usually do cookies and cream because my boyfriend likes that. He loves the cooking cream one that I do. I do a golden Oreo one. I do a mixture of different
What
things.
about a socket to me cake?
A socket to me cake, I haven't. I mean, I'm pretty sure if I did it, I can do it, but I'm actually on regular bun cakes because I did a cinnamon toast pound cake bun.
Sounds so sweet.
And when I tell you, it was delicious. I mean, I done it with a buttercream, huh?
It's making my teeth hurt. It sounds so sweet.
It is. I'm a sweet addict, basically. I'm really a sweet addict. So I do a lot of flavored drinks. Definitely. I do. And when it's well, I didn't get to do it this summer, but last summer I specialized in the cold cups. I don't know if y'all we call it freeze cups. Okay. We call it, frozen cups or something. Like cool yeah. Cups. So I did that last year. I did that a lot, and I did amazing. I don't know why I didn't do it this year, but the summer is approaching. Maybe next summer I can do it. But I'm looking for a location that I'll be able to put everything that.
Yeah, summer gonna be here till almost January. So.
You're right.
It's much of a winter time. It be gone. So
you're right. You're definitely right. That's all we get. We got to cherish it while it's here.
While it's here, even though it's 900,000 degrees outside, I still prefer that than it being cold outside.
You're right. You're definitely right.
So you have a daughter?
Yes, she's 13.
13. How does that feel to have a teenager?
Oh my gosh, she just turned 13, May 16. And she's still trying to find herself, I feel like she's at the age where she's trying to understand who she is. So a friend recommended me a book, and I try to recommend this for a lot of parents with teenagers. It's actually really helpful. It's called A Mother-Daughter's Journal. So we pass it back and forth to each other. And it tells her all my favorite things that I like to do. It tells situations that I will go into or whatnot. It shares our experiences and different things, and we pass it back to each other, back and forth to each other. So she'll be able to have that to refer to as she's growing older. Like, these decisions my mom made, maybe, if I do it this way, then maybe that is, it's a lot of different. And I have a lot of conversations with my daughter. So, at one point, the rebellion side could kick out. But I think that when I started opening up to her more and the journal helped me and me experiencing a lot of other things with her, I'm understanding her as a teenager now.
Yeah. That's good. I love that about the journal.
Yes, and it was amazing. I had to give my friend props because I told her, I said, what made you think? I never thought to come, buy a journal. You can find those on Amazon. Right. You can find those on Amazon, and the journal is nothing under $10, So try not to get none used because the first part, sometimes you can get used stuff and it just be damaged on the outside, trying to be cheap, but it was written in, and I got to read an experience between another mother and daughter, which actually helped me out, so that was something that was interesting.
Yeah, definitely like that. So who did you leave back home?
Huh?
Who did you leave back home in New Orleans?
Well, my sister, my mom, my brother, my nanny, these all in here. Everybody, yes, everybody. And it was because, a lot of us New Orleans, we have some of us, a lot of us, I'm gonna say about 75%
Uh-huh.
of us still have that mentality of, I'm not leaving home, this home, and they scared of new opportunities and and of that sort. But you sometimes you gotta step out on faith.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't expect a lot of the things that I expected when I moved here, and I'm glad I didn't know a lot of the things that I know now, because I would have definitely been scared to come here. So, it's basically, I feel like if you're a hustler and you're looking for entrepreneur opportunities, Houston is where it's at.
Yeah.
It's definitely where it's at. You get what you need. I mean, most of the people are friendly, very friendly. It all depends if you meet them. Some of
Yeah.
y'all Houstonians is a little standoffish now. A lot of y'all saying that Tree, you was one of them. I'm not gonna lie, but when you got to know me,
I know you, girl.
I know. And then when you got to know me,
There
you
you
just
go.
a ray of
You
sunlight.
When you
You are
walked up and said,
beautiful.
"Hello, I'm Mo. I'm the manager." Okay, hey, how you doing? And I had to get to know you. I don't talk, and I am very friendly, but I just, lots of things have happened over life to where because without saying it out loud in this public forum, that you found out things.
Right. And I understand.
In being in that kind of business, that is what I'm careful of, because
Right.
it can become rough. And
You
I've learned all the years I've been in that kind of business, I learned to. And you remember you told me one time, she said, "Girl, what a time you be out, you be gone." That's how I don't get caught up.
I said I went to come ask Trina something. I turned around. I said, "What Trina?
See my
Where is she?
ponytail. You see my
She
ponytail.
gone. The
I
dust on the
said,
back of your shoe gone."
a really good friend of mine that used to own a club, he used to always say, God, I had it in my head. He used to have a whole bunch of isms, and he would just say that lead these people where they at.
And that was some good advice.
Play around, I'll do all that, and I'm out. Which is why also what you'll find too as an entrepreneur or giving events or anything, what I found was, because I am so much fun, you have a lot of energy. When you have to get around the table about business, or you have to get around the table and talk about events and whatever it is you're doing, you are a different person. I'm a total different person. I'm a little bit more serious because I have to be. And some people didn't. It was such a big shift that they couldn't deal with that. And not that I was mean or anything like that, but right now we're doing it. We're gonna have time to party once we get through, but we around the table right now. We finna do the business, and then we'll so that's kind of as an entrepreneur. I don't know if you've dealt with that before, but it will come because you are nice and you are calm and you're fun. But there are times that you, just like with your kid, there are times you fun with as mama, but sometimes you have to become mama. I always tell you,
right.
Mm-hmm.
I think we mess up a lot of ways, especially in some roles I have played as a manager or a supervisor. Sometimes people can try you a little bit to pull you out of character, but I have to understand that I'm in a position where I'm going to break down because I don't want to become this person that's viewed negatively. So I don't want to be that person because I'm in a position that's I'm supposed to be able to make situations better, not create more havoc on it. So
I set out to prove, and I still try to prove it, that someone that I work for used to always say you got to be an asshole to work in the club business. I don't believe that.
I don't believe it either.
I believe that it depends on who you hire. Now, if you hire, I call them club hoppers. If you hire people to go from club to club to club, that's going to be the same mentality. What you're going to have, you're going to have to do. When I was hiring people for the club, I actually gave real interviews that were, and I used traditional interview questions. I used behavioral interview questions, just like I would do at work. And I love to hire people that, let me see, how can I say this in a great way? I mean, it just is what it is. I hire people that had a full-time job, or they were in school with something, because that meant this was their passion. Tito, he used to always say that about me, is that I had a full-time job and I loved my job. I liked my job, but I loved the club, the nightlife business. I loved
Right.
socializing. So he knew I was doing it not necessarily for the money, but because I liked it. So he knew I was going to be there. He knew I was coming. I was because I loved it. I wasn't calling in because I liked being there with all the action. You hire people who tend to be called club hoppers.
Right.
They know they can, if they get fired here today, they can go to the club down the street. I don't really want you. I really don't. I mean, of course you want a good bartender and you get one of them, but I never, and to me that's how you can do better with retention in the club business.
Mhm.
No, I don't even. I've even heard with people that do. A lot of people don't have managers anymore, are booking agents. But those who do have managers, they've trained their managers to be bulldogs. And my thing is, I don't think you have to be a bulldog to everybody. If I'm good to you, we have a relationship. I've worked with you before. Why you got to be a bulldog to me every time I talk to you?
Yeah, but I think that aspect comes when you have people challenging you. So I mean, you cannot. You could come in as if I'm coming in as a manager and I have this pleasant personality. You could be turned into a bulldog because of the people and employees that you deal with, because people could bring out a side of you that you don't even want to bring out because they want to be insubordinate. They want to do this. They want to do what they want to do.
You ever heard
So
this phrase? You ever heard this phrase? Hire slow, fire fast.
yes, definitely, definitely,
If you gonna do me like that, you can go.
definitely.
You can go down to the club down the street.
You're
Hire,
right.
hire slow, fire fast, and that's just bottom
Mhm.
line. Because if you're gonna do me, I mean, I don't. But I get what you're saying. You can become a real bitch. You really can come that.
Okay.
And I have that because I don't like to be disrespectful. I don't like people to talk to me any kind of way. So when I feel that coming, I'm ready to go, and I ain't going nowhere. You're gonna go before I go.
Right. But then sometimes if you see the situation is not changes, you have to step back on your own. You have to de-escalate the situation by stepping back. Maybe it might, hinder you at that moment, but in the long run, you're gonna see that was the right call.
Yep.
That
And
was the right
I
call.
do believe in coaching. Now, when I say hire slow, fire fast, it's going to be a situation where we didn't have a conversation. I'm going to
Yeah.
give you a chance. Unless you're stealing. If you're stealing, you got to
Yeah,
go.
that's a autumn. I didn't see people did more than that and still was still on the job.
Yeah. No,
It's
you're not
crazy, but
going to get, I know
things
ain't
happen.
fired for stealing and coming back. I've seen somebody get fired for stealing at nightlife, and they bring it back. Well, what you want them to steal from you some more? So, like, no, if you steal from me, that's just the ultimate betrayal to me. But
Yeah,
yeah, I get what you're saying. That yes, as a manager, you have to step back. I do believe in giving chances for you to correct your behavior. I do.
yeah,
I don't have a lot of time for that in this business. No, on the work scene, that's a little different. But on this club scene, you don't have time. You really don't have time to play with. Everybody has a bad day, and if I get to know your personality, and I know you're somebody that's really nice and really cool, and you come in and your demeanor is off, I know something must be going on. So no, I think like that too. Hey, when I pull you to say, hey, is everything okay? What's going on? But I don't think that the characteristic to working in a venue, a night venue, or to be a manager or to be an owner, I don't believe that the characteristic is being an asshole. I don't believe that.
yeah. You don't have to be an asshole because they have customers that could come, customers that ain't come in your establishment and could be a complete asshole to you. So as a manager, and you tend to have to separate yourself from that side. Then if you're going through some other stuff, like it's just too much at one time. So, like I said, stepping back be the best solution.
Yeah. Yep.
Some people ain't got attitudes end up in jail.
Right. And sometimes people
So,
will push you that point. By the time they push me that point, though, I'm gonna have security escort you out if you push me to that point.
right,
There's some
right.
people I know, I've seen things and witnessed things and been a part of things that I'd be like, now security should have took that person right on up out that door, and they should not have been
That's
allowed.
correct. Yeah.
But it is what it is. It's a hard business, but I've loved it. I don't want to manage anybody's club anymore. I'm telling you what I learned in all these years. If you don't own the club, you don't have any decision making rights. Your ideas are never going to be used for the most, with the exception of Tito. He used my ideas. Um, and that's frustrating when you can see things that can be better, and you can make these changes that can make things better, and you see it, you feel it, and it goes on deaf ears. Not saying you perfect or you know everything, but why not try something you haven't tried before? There's
Right?
people who have owned clubs since 1905, and they still want to do things that they've been doing since 1905. Well, it's 2023.
Yeah, things change. Things
Right.
change. And people, but you gotta understand, certain people, people in general be
Mhm.
stuck in their ways. No matter if they're old, they're young, they're stuck in their ways,
Well,
and you can't change.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You can't change how people are, and that's something that I've learned a lot here. Like for instance, the driving here sucks. I hate it. But they say Houston is known for bad drivers. You can't change these drivers. You only can change the instructor that give
Well,
them the permit.
I'm gonna disagree with you on two things. One, uh, people. I say that people who are younger, I think our millennials that people talk about all the time so bad. I think they are different. They think open minded. They think, oh my God, we can do this. How you think we got the World Wide Web?
You right?
You know what I mean? They think openly. They don't think anything. Nothing is in a box to them. So no,
Mm-hmm.
I think people that have been doing things for a very long time. Just like I can't say the school district, but there is a particular school district who, okay, let's take the school district out of it. Let's just say if there's somebody that's running a job, has a job, and they're the manager, right? On a corporate job, let's just say, if they've been in that same job for 40 years and all these people work for them, they have this certain thing to where they're probably ruling by fear. People scared to do anything wrong because they run it. It's their way or the highway, right?
Mm-hmm.
Somebody new comes in over that person, they probably need to move this person because this person is not going to accept the change. Does that make sense? So
Yeah, a
somebody
lot of sense. A lot.
out the
Yeah.
way so you can get the trainer rolling again. Get the trainer rolling. So that I also disagree with you on these Houston drivers. Now, yes, the Houston drivers I'm gonna tell you, to be honest, the God's honest truth. I am a horrible driver. Period.
Okay.
I am
Okay, now I understand
but
why you disagree.
I'm a horrible driver, but we ain't the worst driving city because I done been to Austin, and they drive hard. And Mexico.
Yeah, Mexico is horrible. Very.
And you sitting in that you don't have to have no seatbelt on. I don't know why they got stoplights because they don't pay attention to them.
You right.
So it ain't just us, but
Okay, y'all in the top 5. I would say the top 5. The top 5.
Where's New Orleans at?
New Orleans, I could say we're in the top 10. Don't get me wrong. And that's because they got a lot of younger folks stealing cars and doing a lot of illegal stuff. And our police system ain't where it need to be.
Yeah.
But yeah, I say we're in the top 10.
Okay.
In the top 10.
I can't drive. I know I can't drive. I tell people I can't drive.
See, I held the CDL for 10 years, over 10 years. So over 10 years. So yeah, I held that. So I'm they tell me that I drive my truck like I'm driving a bus. So, with that, I've done that, so I think that I critique a lot of driving. And if I'm in a car with you, that means I feel safe because I'm usually the driver. I'm usually the one they feel safe with.
Look, that will tell you either we need to meet or you need to drive. Because I can't drive.
Yeah.
I can't drive. So what is next for you? What is your next step? Oh, wait a minute. Someone had a question. How has the adjustment been moving here from New Orleans?
To be honest, I mean, I'm still adjusting, and it's 2.5 years later. I'm still adjusting. I mean, it's a lot of stuff that I'm learning still. I mean, a lot of new people I'm still meeting. The networking is amazing because they offer a lot of different events catered to women.
Yeah.
And that I find intriguing. So I feel home now. I'm just still trying to figure out like when I'm gonna stop driving to New Orleans, when I'm gonna stop missing actual home, because I find myself going to New Orleans a few times out the year, more than a few.
Right.
So I'm just still juggling if I miss it or not. When I go home, I'm ready to come back home.
Oh,
so it's like, yeah, it's like I hate to miss it.
Even sort of.
I'm gonna give Houston. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna give Houston their props because they got me not wanting to go back to live in New Orleans.
Got it. Okay. I'll say we did our job. Okay.
Only thing I don't like is the fact that a lot of, like, I don't know if that still goes on, but a lot of Houstonians judge the New Orleans
by the old,
like the old New Orleans people. Like, so they don't even give us the opportunity or the chance to become.
1 second, Mo, keep talking.
Yeah, they don't give us the chance to show who we are because they worried about the people that came here in 2005 to after Katrina to just take over. So I'm always prejudged. Like when I first came down here, I had a bad experience at my favorite restaurant, Sonic. I love Sonic. People know I love breakfast. So, and breakfast all day for me is my heart.
Yeah.
So a lady came down. I ran into a lady. She was on the intercom, kind of rude to me, and I think she heard my voice, like, cause I can, y'all can hear it immediately. So I'm one day, I'm like, I ain't doing nothing. So I, kept pleasant me. I roll around and I was like, she was like, just gave me my food like in a hurry. I was like, ma'am, I said, did I do you something? Or, what's going on? She was like, oh, nothing. I'm just having a bad day. I said, everybody have a bad day. And then we went into conversation. We went to talking about different little stuff. Then come to find out, she tells me that her husband was shot and paralyzed by somebody from New Orleans in 2006. So I believe that she held the grudge with anybody from New Orleans. And I had to let her know, like, you can't judge every book by the cover. People quick to judge a book by a cover, but you really got to read them pages of that book.
Yes.
So I'm like,
you were nice enough to have the conversation with her so she could get that out. But
yeah,
it's not gonna be like that. That could have been a whole different situation.
An open person. I'm very boisterous. Everybody know that about me. Everybody that I have met in Houston learned that about me. But everybody in New Orleans know that about me. So I'm just one of them people that, I don't just tell it like it is. I'm just if it ain't real, it ain't me. I feel like if I'm in your life, what am I in your life for? I think we should be helping each other. It's not a you give and keep taking and taking and taking. It's a give take if we're going to be friends.
Exactly.
So
and we talked about it. Actually, I think we talked about it on my other talk show with my co-host about I don't want to do the one-way friendships anymore.
Yeah.
I feel like if I check on you, you check on me. And I did it was a thing that comes on Facebook every so often, on social media every so often. It says, stop calling people and see how many calls you get back. I did. And some of these people that I'm thinking about that I was thinking about, I was the one always making the plans. Let's do this. Let's do that. And I stopped. And do you know, me and just two people I'm thinking about, we don't do nothing because I don't call and say, let's do it.
And it's crazy because one day I was watching TV. I was binge watching a show. And I usually, when I'm watching my shows, I have my phone on silent because I be into the show. And if I pick up the phone, that's just like when you cleaning up. You into something, you don't want to be the phone to stop you from doing everything that you said you wanted to do. So I looked at my phone. It was like 9 o'clock at night. I had 4 calls, Trina, that day.
Wow.
4 calls. I'm like, I know people don't think about me every day, but but the 4 calls, I'm like, wow. Like it just made me think of stuff in a different way. Like you don't need nobody, and then and like you said, you run into these posts online, like, you're busy being an adult. Like some people, you could get so caught up in stuff, you forget to call someone, So what I do is, when I think about it or something like that, I send them a quick text when it's on my mind. It could be 2-3 days later. Like I was thinking and I tell them what I was doing, to make me slip. And a lot of people know sometimes I got a lot of stuff going on in my head. I'm always coming up with different ways to improve.
I always think about this though. This is how I said, because I'm not as busy as I used to be. I'm trying to get back busy, but I'm not as busy as I used to. I enjoy my couch. I didn't used to touch my couch. I was always gone somewhere. But I always say you just never know what's going on in somebody's life. So always, one, if I think about you, I'm definitely calling because something could be going on. And you know what? I tell people all the time that if you ever somewhere in the middle of the night and you need somebody to call, I'm going to be the one to call because most people don't answer their phone after a certain time. I'm going to answer my phone. I feel like if you call me after a certain time, you needed me. Something just needs to talk, whatever. So I answer my phone anytime of the night, unless I just really don't hear, but I don't sleep hard. The other thing is
I know now to call you, Tree. I know now I can call you.
Girl, you can call me. You can call me. But the other thing is just, I know we all get busy, but if you know there's someone that calls you that says, hey, let's do this or let's do that, keep in mind you want to be the same to that person too.
Right.
Because everybody ain't asking you to do nothing all the time. There's somebody in my, like I say, in my life, I was always calling to make sure that we kept this friendship going. But then when I took that stop just to think about it, I said, this is a one-way friendship. I was like a relationship, with a romantic relationship. It's supposed to be give and take.
Oh yeah, because you take the same thing. Friendships are just like real boyfriend-girlfriend relationship. You take that energy the same way as if you break up with your friend. That's like some damaging, traumatizing stuff. Like, people be like, that's your friend. No, you could have been friends with somebody 15, 16 years and been dated somebody 2-3 years. You're not going to take that relate like, damn, that's my friend. That was like, we slept in the same, like, cause I had friends that we used to have movie night in my bed. We used to just, like kick back. We bring our pajamas. We just kick back and watch movies and stuff like that. But, those type of relationships be hard to come back from, like,
And then sometimes you realize that it's a friend of mine that does I'm going to say a workshop. And it talks about, she talks about those friends that, is it worth having the tough relationship with? And I'm going to say friends, but I mean friends and family members too. Let me go and throw them in now. Is it worth having this tough conversation? Is it the relationship worth saving? Wait a minute, let me back up. It's have a tough relationship, have the tough talk, the real tough talk with this. Is it worth that? Is the friendship worth that? If not, you put it on this side to where you love that person, you care about that person, but it's time to let that person go. And that's the part about some people. They don't understand that sometimes it's the end of the road for a friendship or a relationship. Sometimes it's just the end of the road. That don't mean you hate them. That don't mean you don't like them. But it just means for that friendship, the time has expired.
Yeah, that's the word you use.
Yeah, and it's just is what it is. And I didn't do that. It's been just, like I said, when I first came up with this thing about the not doing the one-way friendships, I came up with a lot of things over the last few years. I used to be one of those, always, my parents trained, I was the bigger person all the time. Well, about 4 or 5 years now, I made the decision I didn't want to be the bigger person all the time, every time. I didn't want to be that person. So now, if you, I don't want to use the word, I don't want to say I hold a grudge, But if you do something to me more than 3, 4, 5 times, that means this is who you are, and I'm gonna need you to stay over there, and I'm good over here. We still cool. Like I said, hey, or I don't hate you, but I don't want to be in your country boy. My co-host on my other show, he always say, I forgive you, we cool, but I don't need you to eat at the same table as me.
That part. That part.
Yeah.
That's the best analogy.
Yeah, because and when he said it, I'd be like, that's it. I just don't want you to share the table with me. Sit over there at that table. I'm gonna sit at this table.
That part. They say something like there's like I was watching a podcast where a lady shared that you have a friend that you can invite in your house. Yes. You have a friend that you can invite in your house and they go in your bedroom, and you have a friend that can't even come to your house. She's still your friend. Everybody is in your life for reasons and seasons.
And different friends serve different purposes.
Yes, they do.
Like some friends, there's some, and then I try to be careful about the word friend too.
Yes.
But there are some people that I'm not going to tell. Like when me and you started really talking, we both realized that we could trust each other. I think we kind of tested it out, and then we both have shared.
It's over a year, Trina. Over a year now.
Yeah. So we know that I know if I tell you something, it ain't going nowhere. Vice versa.
Right.
But I have friends I would never say certain things to. And I shouldn't say they're my friends, people that I know that I'm hanging around with. You might see me hang out with them, but once the hanging out part is over for the night, I don't talk to them no more. Don't talk to them no more. And because we're not friends. Even someone invited me to the place that I talked about going with you. Mm-hmm. And some of the ladies. And I told them I couldn't do that with them because, and I'm just honest, because I can't be pictured with someone that they deal with because I don't believe in what they believe in. So I don't want to be connected with that bad energy.
You know what's so funny? Mm-hmm. It's crazy because you find people in situations that they don't even think that they're in, but other people are looking like, well, what's going on with that?
Yeah.
Oh, wasn't that just talking about? Oh, never mind. Yeah. I don't want to be in that. I don't want to do that. Mm-hmm. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I feel like if we gonna hang, I don't need you telling somebody else what's going on in my facility. I don't need that. If we gonna roll, we gonna roll. They need to come up with they come up with their own assumption about me. That's fine, but you better not come up. You better not give them nothing to tell me. Tell about me.
I better not hear nothing that I said.
Yes.
I was someone yesterday that there was someone that I was hanging with. I mean, I thought we was ace boom coon, and someone came back and told me basically verbatim things that I had shared, and I knew it was her because that was the only person that I was hanging with, and the words that came back to me, Mo, were my exact words. It's been
and then look, I don't mean to cut you off. You know when you tell somebody something and the way you told them, like I always, if I know I'm gonna say something, I'm iffy about trusting them, I'm gonna throw in something in there. And if they use those keywords, you said it. Yes, you said it because I know I said that to you.
I know that's what and you're the only one I said it to like that. Or that's part. And I knew with her, and of course she denied, and it's cool. You cool, no problem. But I'm a roll, and you roll that way, I'm going to roll this way. So yeah, no. And I think people don't take friendship seriously anymore.
They don't.
You know, and I think that's why I get so hurt. I get more hurt from friendships or people betraying you than most, because I take friendships. If I'm your friend, we may not talk every day. But when I'm your friend, I'm your friend. I'm your friend until you do something that is betraying me.
Outrageous.
Yeah.
But Trina, I'm a Cancer, so you know I love her very much. So, loyalty to me is everything. Loyalty to me is everything. Like, sometimes you got to be crossed out, to find out people ain't really loyal. But why we have to go through that? Why we have to go through that? Just I always tell people, if you feel like you won't cross me out, you feel like you didn't say something you think I'm not gonna find out, 9 times out of 10, what goes on and don't come to the light.
It's gonna come full circle. And I talk about I read this book. I was in a book club and we read this book about discernment, praying for discernment. And I tell people now, when you pray for discernment, you better watch out. Cause child, he gonna show you everybody. The last 2 or 3 years, I'm telling you, it just be like, and he be like, I see you, and I always I see you, Lord. I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing. Because he like it just be so, there be like a big bright lights around this person. It's like, I should have known, or I should have known, and to be honest with you, it's sad, but it makes me feel good because it makes me now know who people stand out to me if I shouldn't be around them, if I shouldn't be hanging out with them. They stand out, and they stand out. So let me ask you this: would you ever work in the nightlife again? Are you interested in that?
For myself. Yes, for myself, because I feel like a lot of stuff with the nightlife. I mean, I know it's gonna have its kinks and a lot of other stuff, but I just feel like you have to give to get, in so many words, and I'm biased with that. I'm gonna stand on that. I'm gonna just say that I'm biased with it because I would, but then I wouldn't.
Yeah.
And the nightlife is like dating a truck driver. Your relationship,
unless, like I said, unless it's yours, then you can hire your baseball team.
Yes.
Your baseball team. And again, like I say, for many, many, many years, you didn't know me there, but most of my adult life, I was like, I want to run a club. I want to manage a club. And I managed 3. And again, with it, I always have to give props to Tito because he did give me so many opportunities to use my ideas. He felt I was smart. He felt that my ideas were good. He felt that I was creative, and he gave me the opportunity to say, okay, go for it. And I met so many people. However, I don't think I would do it with anybody else. Now that he's gone, nobody else, because if I'm not the owner. Because again, it's very frustrating when you see what you could do to make something successful, and no one.
And it's just like a slap in the face.
Yeah, and I'm not even just talking about one. Like I say, Tito was the only one that gave me those opportunities. But the other venues I worked at, if you're not the owner, you have no decision making right.
People don't appreciate you. People don't appreciate. The appreciation is the biggest word, I feel like, in the nightlife. You gotta appreciate who you have.
I would say that also, but also just knowing that you are. It was a guy named Charles Bush. Charles Bush used to own most of the clubs in Houston. My aunt worked for him for years. So many clubs in Houston. Now he gave women opportunities for entrepreneurship. He had women running clubs. When my aunt first ran one of his clubs, she didn't know anything about the club business. Do you think he stood there and watched every single thing she did? That's what I thought. She came on my show and she said, no. He gave me the club, gave some ins and outs, and said, you figure it out. And she learned. She said, I lost much. That's how I started learning how to pay attention, because people stole money from me. I had to, and that's how I learned. And I say, when I think about Charles Bush, I think I wish I would have been up and coming around that time, because you have to trust somebody sometimes, and this opportunity to let them use their minds. And he knew women were good at that. Women are good at this because we have that. I don't know what it's called, but somebody said this to talk to me about this before, why women are good at running clubs and venues when given the opportunity. It's just and I can't think of the words he used, but we are good at that. Some of the people I know, like her name is Miss Lala. She used to run, she owns, not runs. She owns, used to be called Diallo's. Now it's called Pizzazz. Woman, she real snippy, love her. She's a seasoned woman now, but she don't play no games with you. She is not playing with you, and I love it. And people respect her. But you know where she got it from? from that man giving her these opportunities. My auntie, because she would pull a gun on you in the club. You try to steal some money from her, but she got that, from him letting her go and just letting her fly free and learn. Now they want to just hold you, well, you can't do this, you can't turn right, you can't turn left without asking, you can't look up, you can't look down. I can't do that. You have no decision-making right. So why am I here? If I can't make any decisions, why am I here? You know what I mean?
I agree. I definitely agree. Definitely.
If I would do it if I ran it, if it was not ran it, if I owned it, or two, if when we were making the deal, I said I need to have decision-making rights, and we get it in writing, contract to say that I have decision-making rights. Some kind of, we come together on what I have decision-making rights on. That's the only way. I'm not going to, I might as well be I don't want to say that because that's going to sound ugly. I might as well not just do it. I might just come, pay my money to get in, and go sit down and have a good time.
Right.
So anyway, we coming close on our time. I want you to talk about your business, end out with the business, to tell people again how to find you, how to reach out to you. I don't know if you do that.
Everyone can reach out to me at Empress Aura Events at Outlook.com and inquire about prices. Go ahead, what you say?
Spell it for me so I can type it.
EMPRESS, Empress Aura, AURA, Events, EVENTS at Outlook.com. You can inquire about prices, and I'll be able to shoot you back an email, or you can also call me at area code 346-578-9648. That's how you can reach me. Inquire about pricing and availability.
And so it's called Empress Aura Events. I like that.
Yes. I came up with that name because how us Black women, they didn't push that queen title on us. Queen, oh, you're a queen, you're a queen. No, ma'am.
Oh, my friend calls me queen every day. My co-host.
I'm more than a queen. I'm an empress.
I love it. Love it.
I don't want to be short stemmed. I want to be that.
Yeah.
I'm an empress.
Let me read the comments and see. It's not that people are bad. We just have them placed in the wrong position. That's my co-host. He always tell me that. You got to put people in place people in the position that what do you say? You have to put people in the place that they play. Something like that. The position that they play. And then, let me put that up there. Then he says, when someone shows you they are better coming off the bench, why put them in the starting lineup? Like that. So yeah, I've enjoyed talking to you. This has been great. Did you enjoy it?
I did. Kelmy, hopefully by the next time you get me back on your show, business is gonna be raw.
And we'll meet in person.
In person. We actually got to meet up soon when I come back. We have to do something next weekend. Next week, really. I'm going to New Orleans for the weekend. I told you, that's that thing. I can't stay away from it.
No.
I can't stay away.
When it's something happening down there, like a festival or something, you got to take me.
Oh, definitely.
I had a very bad experience, so I got to go back.
You got to go back with somebody who's me. Someone like me, because I'm gonna take you. You just gonna have to eat, tree. Yeah, I know you like to. You gotta eat, because I'm gonna take you all to eat pizza.
You just don't know who I am. Do you know I eat a whole medium pizza by myself if I let myself do it?
That's a pizza, tree. That's a pizza.
I eat too much. I'm trying to learn the portion size. I done had all this work done on this tummy. You can't be making it big again. But no. I eat. I am very greedy, but I only eat what I like. I'll say that.
So that's what we're gonna have to figure out. So I can know.
I love me some good smothered pork chops. So when I had to leave the screen, let me tell y'all where I went. I'm over here trying to multitask and cook me some Salisbury steak. The hamburger steak. And I heard some noise because I forgot it was on. And I hadn't poured the little water in there yet, so it was frying instead of, I guess,
Right.
whatever it's supposed to
Boiling,
be.
boiling, the brawler.
So I'm like, and I was listening. I was like, I hear something to myself, and I was like, oh, that's my food. So I don't know, they get my food. Anyway, so that's why I can't cook and multitask, because I hate cooking. So anyway, but thank you, and we're definitely going to do this again. And maybe sometimes when I have a topic, I would love to be on when I get my panels going. You can come on and be on one of my panels.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely. And yes, when you get everything, so we can have some samples. We'll go somewhere and have your samples out. And this
Oh,
was
definitely. I'm not to add, I'm trying to host a launch party. So if you know any vendors that might want to become a part of my launch, I'll send you the details once I get everything together. But I'll be looking for vendors to participate in my launch party, meaning everything that I'm bringing out for myself.
I got you. I got you covered. I got you covered. So any last words you want to say to the people?
No, thank you guys thank you, Tree, from having me. Thank you. And hopefully y'all book with me soon.
Yes, yes. And just FYI, so viewers, this will continue to play. So there will be more viewers later, and it's on YouTube as well. So just keep that in mind. I'm gonna need you to get on this cruise though. You and your boo to come go on this cruise.
All you gotta do is let me know, send me the flyer again. So I can go ahead and plan that because I know you do some nice things.
Yes. So let's sing happy birthday to me. Happy birthday.
No, wait, they got their new song. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Yeah. Thank you, Tree, for having me on.
August 27th, Chicago Born and Grill is my birthday celebration.
Okay, August 27th. Make sure you hear me, send it again to me so I can put it in my calendar.
Okay. Well, I'll see you later. Thank you, Mo.
See you. Bye, everyone.
Bye.